Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of ESC Fan TV. Oh my goodness, what a week. I hope you've been keeping up with our YouTube channel on the like and subscribe buttons because there have been interviews flying in from all over the place. And let's not forget, the lovely Stuart also got to sing with John Ludwig. Admittedly, I think John Ludwig was the more surprised one, but how was it for you, Stuart?
What, the singing or the fact I had to? I had to kind of chase him out of the building.
I'm sure it wasn't that bad.
He was surprised when I started singing at him, actually, but it was good fun. Nice guy. It was nice to meet Louise, obviously for Eurovision Hub, joining us this evening.
Thank you.
And also joining us this evening, we also have Aline as well, who is joining us for the first time. Hey, Aline.
Hello.
Okay. And also there are all the regular panelists here as well. Now, there are lots and lots of interviews online at the moment. I had the pleasure of interviewing Elliot, and I did pick up something for lovely Yerna, who joins us this evening. Yerna, good evening, Yerna.
Hi, good evening.
So I managed to pick this up. I'm going to pop that towards the camera.
Oh,
And there we go. A little Elliot badge. So the next time I see you, okay, or I'll put it in the post, you have a nice little Elliot badge to show your support for Elliot in Tel Aviv. Now, this evening, we are reviewing not one, not two, not three, but 4 entries for semi-final 1. We're looking at Cyprus, Greece, Iceland, and Finland. In addition to that, as if that wasn't enough, we're going to be getting the panel's votes for semi-final 1 as well. Now, we did ask John Olasand if he would come along to verify and scrutinise the votes, but we did find the next best thing. We found Stuart Wilders instead. Hey!
Yes.
Oh, and he's muted himself straight away.
Take it away.
Fantastic. Right, so let's crack on and start off with Cyprus. Now, Cyprus, let's face it, last year was a rip-roaring success for them. They came second with a fantastic song, Fuego. Okay, this year, they're first in semi-final 1. And they're going to be opening the show in Tel Aviv with Tamta and the song Replay. It's a very funky tune. Some people even call it Fuego 2.0, but come on, I think it's better than that. And there's been some awesome remixes going around on the dance floor. But let's kick things off. And I think we're going to have to get the view of our Cypriot representative first and foremost. Let's go straight across to Oban. Good evening, Oban.
Good evening, Tom. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I'm good as well. I'm excited that we are covering Cyprus.
So what do you think of the Cypriot entry this year?
I think we've just been blessed by Tamta and Alex P. And such a high quality song, such a showgirl, absolute amazing performer, and a great song. And I have absolute zero doubt that there will be great staging with John Baptist Group staging choreography. We are opening the show in the first semi-final, first ever performance of the Eurovision 2019. And we will be setting the bar so high that I would guess next 6 or 7 songs have no chance to qualify.
Oh, I can think of at least a couple of people who may have something to say about that. Just thinking about some of those countries that are on in the next few positions along there. Okay, Belgium being in 10th place, you know.
That's like 9 songs after Cyprus, so not 7.
Yeah. That's why I covered.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. So we've pointed out I can't add up. Love it. So, do you know what? Let's go across to Yerna. Cyprus. Is this reciprocal voting this year? You're going to be phoning up for Cyprus. Oban's going to be phoning up for Belgium.
Yes. I will vote for Cyprus. I love it. It's on my 2nd place overall, so I really like it. It's, it has like some features that are similar to Fuego, but you can hear it's a different song. And I love it. I just love it. I'm gonna vote for Cyprus.
And let's bring Louise on this. Oh, by the way, good evening, Louise, obviously, as well.
Good
Sorry,
evening.
my fault. What do you think Cyprus have got to do to push themselves even closer to victory this year?
Oh, I think they are going to have to do something really different to last year. I think if they come with something similar, like the choreography that Eleni had, and like 4 female backing singers, it'll just like, I don't think it will bomb, but it just won't go down as well, maybe. Although that being said, you do forget that like a very small percentage of voters are actual Euro fans who remember all of these little things. But I think they'll have to come with something fresh in terms of staging because they have a good song. So I think it really totally depends on the staging. But I've heard something about it's going to be all male backing dancers. I don't know if anyone can confirm that.
Well, Oban is nodding his head. That's a good sign.
That's because he's hoping.
No, we've seen the dances. There are 4 male dancers plus the Victor will be singing along with her. So the same cast, but 4 male dancers.
I guess you have kind of had to change it from Fuego a little bit, haven't you?
Oops. Justice. Justice.
For those
So
listening
justice
on
for a
the podcast-
lady.
Yeah, for those listening on the podcast, that was the sound of Stuart's screen just falling flat.
Sorry, new laptop. Still getting used to it. Apologies.
So, Louise, do you see this as a definite qualifier?
Oh yeah, like without question, totally. My one little thing is I loved it on First Impact, but I've kind of forgotten it a little bit in the last few weeks. Like, and that's my kind of song, you know, like tropical, summer beat, dancey. Like, you know, I love a dance floor, but for me, Malta and Switzerland have overtaken it a bit in terms of how much I'm streaming it. So I don't know, maybe it'll make a comeback.
Interesting. I mean, let's bring Aline into this. Good evening, Aline.
Hello, hello.
Do you think the amount of remixes around of Replay are going to help or hinder its chances on the scoreboard? Because there's been like mashups with Fuego, and there's been another mashup going around with Chameleon in it. Do you think that's going to affect it at all?
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna affect it, because there's a lot of different like remixes and stuff going on. So I don't think it will affect it. I think it's a good song just as it is.
And is it something that you're going to be voting for on May the 14th?
Probably. It depends on the staging. If the staging is what I like, then I will vote for it. It's now in my kind of top 10, so we will see how it is in Tel Aviv.
Cool. Now, let's go to some of our panel regulars. Let's say a very, very good evening to Joe.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Have you recovered from London?
No, I am still. I have bad knees from the dancing. I was dancing on the stage, and I lost my voice at one point.
Well, it's no wonder.
So I'm sort of like grabbing it back now. So yeah, it was a wild day, I have to say, an evening.
I was
Well, there
going
you
to say it's no wonder you have a sore throat after the amount of fantastic interviews you did, and we have to plug them again if you're listening on podcast or you're listening to the catch up. There are some fantastic interviews out there. So Joe, you interviewed Victor Crone from Estonia. You interviewed Mickey as well. Who else did you manage to interview in the end?
Janinda, and there was a couple of minutes afterwards with Kino as well at the end. It's a little bit rushed because they were hungry. I must admit, I was rather a fangirl, especially when it came to Victor. So yeah, I was trying to control my excitement, but it didn't work very well sometimes. So,
so let's concentrate on the business of the day. What are you thinking when it comes to the Cypriot entry this year?
yeah, I mean, my first thoughts, like I think a lot of people would have been thought, oh my God, Fuego 2.0. But to be honest, it does stand out. You know, she stands out herself really, really well. To be fair, I think I agree with Louise. We've just got to wait for the staging on this one, and I think having the guys there instead of the girl dancers, it's going to make it look a bit different, and I think she can do it, and she'll certainly qualify. I've got no doubt about it that she'll be in that final.
Okay, let's just introduce our final 2 panelists onto this. Let's say hey to Martin and to Mitchell.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, so we're talking about Cyprus. Is it going to qualify? Is it not going to qualify? Do you reckon they're going to actually go for victory this year as well? We'll go
Which
for
one?
Martin first.
Okay, fair enough. Qualify, yes. Winning, it partly depends on where it's going to be drawn in the final. Might have a bit of an influence on whether it wins or not. Staging is all important. I mean, Tamta has got a brilliant live voice anyway, so I've got no problems with that happening. They've got a great songwriter, again, obviously the same person who did Fuego. They got one of the best Eurovision stage design choreographers. So everything's there. It's just whether it all happens on the night, and whether other things happen to other people that maybe they don't click on the night. So it's there. Cyprus is going to be there or thereabouts, I think.
Okay, and Mitchell, what's your take on Cyprus?
I think it'll do really well. I actually really like this song. It has a really good kind of combination of vocals and synth, and yeah, it'll be really fun to see actually what they do, the staging and everything. I'm just extremely curious with this one. I think it'll definitely qualify to the final, and then we'll have to see when it's up there with all the others, what people dedicated their votes to. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it's top 10. Could be. We'll see.
Oh, see, Oben's got his fingers crossed there, quite tightly. I think, panel, are we all in agreement? You can show me with a thumbs up. Are we all in agreement that this is a definite qualifier for the final this year? And see some people. Hey, so the only thing that needs to do is Stuart. What's the chat room saying this evening about Cyprus?
Louise, you got a lot of fans in the chat room this evening.
Ah,
Yeah, a lot of love for you. Everyone's loving
nice.
Cyprus as well. Everyone's thinking that Cyprus is going to qualify. I don't think there's anyone who is saying Cyprus won't qualify. Can I just say on Tamta, I'm old enough to remember her entry from 2007 that nearly was. Song called With Love, which narrowly was defeated by Yasu Maria, which went on to represent Greece in 2007. Not Cyprus, Greece back then. I think Tamta's going to have a really, really good, strong entry this year. I'm really excited to see the choreography. Sacha Jean-Baptiste is a fantastic choreographer, responsible for Fuego. And let's not forget, Alex P has written some cracking songs. Ivy Adamu in 2012 for Cyprus, and not to forget Azerbaijan 2009. I saw Anarash.
Oh, excellent. So I mean, I quite like the Cypriot song. I think it's, as Stuart might say, it's a hashtag banger. I think this is a great song to dance to, and yeah, I look forward to seeing this qualify, and hopefully, when Tamta puts her hand in the little pot in the press conference on the evening of May 14th or early hours of May 15th, she'll be pulling out a ticket that says second half, because I think that would be a very, very good draw for her. Now, as I said, this evening we're also looking for semi-final predictions from our panel. They're going to be voting in the usual Eurovision style. That's 1 to 7, then 8, then 10, then 12. And the first person we're going to go to for their votes this evening is Joe. Can I have your votes, please?
Oh, you can. I've got them all online. Okay, so we'll start with my 1 point goes to Poland.
Polonia, un point.
What the fuck? Poland? Did I actually hear that correctly? Did you say Poland?
Yes, Poland. 1 point. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
2 points to San Marino.
San Marino, 2 points.
3 points to Australia.
Australie, 3 points.
I'm not doing that. 4 points to Iceland.
Iceland, 4 points.
5 points to Cyprus.
Le Chypre, 5 points.
6 points to Serbia.
Serbie, 6 points.
It's at this point I'm wondering whether we need rehearsals.
7 points to, we didn't rehearse it. 7 points to Belgium.
Le Belgique,
Yay!
7 points.
8 points to Finland.
Finland, 8 points.
10 points to the Czech Republic.
I don't know how you say that in French. Czech Republic, 10 points.
Czech, isn't it? Republic Czech.
Good effort.
Just do it in
And
just
finally, my 12 points goes to Estonia.
Estonie, 12 points.
There's a shock.
And that
What a
completes
prize.
the results of Joe's jury.
Hey.
This voting is rigged. This voting is rigged. Sorry.
Well, funny
I
you
think
mention,
Russians are involved in this voting procedure.
funny you should mention rigged voting because we are going across next to Oban.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Oban, can we have your vote, please?
Oh, yes, darling. You may have. Here I go. Bye. Anybody
so funny.
remember that joke?
2005 reference, isn't it? Or 2004?
No, 2003
Slovenia.
reference.
3, that's right.
Okay, this is my voting. 1 point goes to Republika Czeka, Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, 1 point.
Oh, the shade.
2 points go to Serbia.
Serbie, 2 points.
3 points go to Slovenia.
Slovenie, 3 points.
4 points go to Iceland.
Iceland, 4 points.
5 points go to Stuart. Stay calm. Poland.
Le Polonia, 5 points.
6 points go to Finland.
Finland, 6 points.
7 points go to Greece.
La Grecque, 7 points.
8 points for Portugal.
Portuguese,
You just made David Ray in the chat room very happy.
8 points.
What happened?
David's in the chat room this evening.
10 points.
He'll be playing with his little Portuguese flag.
10 points for the king of Eurovision, Serhat San Marino.
San Marino, 10 points.
Et finalement, the legendary 12 points goes to Cyprus.
Oh, shock!
Chypre, 12 points. And if you would like me to continue in speaking in broken French whilst they're announcing their scores, please comment in the chat boxes below.
Yeah, there is a comment. It says, please, could you stick to English, guys?
Well, you know, you can't please
It's a good
everyone.
effort.
Oh. Anyway, we move on to
Oh,
our
dear.
second entry of the evening. From Cyprus, where do you naturally go to next?
Greece.
Greece. They last won in 2005. I think it's safe to say that Greece, certainly in the after 2000, have really upped their game, and they have been a force to be reckoned with at various points on the Eurovision stage. Now, they failed to qualify for the final last year. Sad times. That was at Yana Terzi with Oniro Mu. But they're sending Katerine Duska with the song Better Love this year. They've got a very, very favourable draw as well. They're the penultimate song on for the final, just before San Marino. And do you know what? Let's dive straight in and get my co-host's view first. Stuart, Katerine Duska.
Oh, sorry, you took me by surprise. I don't know what's going on with this at all. It just completely confuses me. I love the song. Sounds like Annie Lennox. It's got a very similar chord structure to No More I Love Yous. I'm sure, so for diehard Annie Lennox fans and some sort of so fans remember that. Yeah, she's Greek Canadian. What can I say? There's not a lot written about her. She's got a fantastic, unique voice. It was a bit off key in Amsterdam, but I understand she went very well. Yeah, it's still okay in the Greek charts. 18th in the Greek charts, currently 9th in terms of the betting. But I don't get the video. Does anyone get the video? Is it just me? I just don't understand the video at all.
Let's go straight across to Aline. Aline, do you get the video?
No, not at all. I'm like, okay, it's a good song. Don't know the video. Okay.
I'm loving the dress, by the way. I just don't get it. It just makes no sense to me.
Well,
It's all kind of in leotards, aren't they? And then she's in this big pink wedding dress, you know.
I've had some people comment on my video and give me a hard time that I didn't understand the concept of the video.
Oh, great. I'm going to get lots of love now then.
What they've told me is that it's a parody of the Renaissance period. So it's kind of like a mock-up. Like all the famous like pop culture of the time, they kind of do a mock-up. So, you know, like she's got the two women in like weird positions and stuff like that. So
how do people know this stuff?
They
Where
don't.
do you learn about this stuff? What college
artist
did I
says
miss?
The artist says it, and then they're like, "Duh, didn't you know that?"
Yeah, I always knew that.
if I were you, Stuart, I would talk to a history teacher because they're supposed to know that.
Yeah. What is it, Tom?
Well, there we go. So let's bring some more people in on this. Let's go to Louise. Do you see Greece turning their fortunes around this year and making it through to the final?
Yeah, I've not been the biggest fan of Greek entries the last couple of years, if I'm honest. I actually was quite pleasantly surprised by this one this year. I really, really like it. It's high up enough in my ranking. And as we know, the Greek diaspora are very good for always getting behind their entries, and you know they've got Cyprus in the semis, so I think they're pretty safe in terms of qualification anyway. As for the final, if they get there, I don't know.
Ooh, interesting talk there regarding their final ambitions. But let's go to someone who is in the know when it comes to Mediterranean culture. Let's go across to Oban. Is this a song that you're going to be actually picking up the phone and voting for if you're in Cyprus, should I say, for semi-final one?
I mean, I think no matter where I would be that day, I expect myself to vote for it. If nothing awkward happens during the performance, like the same absurdity that she had on her video. However, in terms of Greek diaspora, I think Cyprus and Greece is playing to the same public, same audience, and there's a slight competition between Cyprus and Greece for those that same specific minorities all over Europe, and so of course, there's no doubt that there will be base support between these two countries in terms of voting, but at the same time, they will be fighting for the same vote spread all over the Europe.
Interesting. Bring a lean in on this. Do you reckon that's possible that we could see that in the semi-final rankings, that Cyprus or Greece could actually not make the final just because of that targeting the same audience?
Yes, I can relate to that, because when he said, I was like, oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, they are kind of the same. Didn't think about it before, but now I'm like, okay. But yeah, I can relate.
And is this is it a song that you're on board with anyway, in terms of your rankings, in terms of what you're thinking with regards to it, or is it a song where you're just like, I don't get the video, I don't get the song.
I like the song. I don't understand the video, but I can live with it. Let me say it that way. I can live with it. It's okay.
Interesting. Let's go across to Joe on this. Katerine Duska. Greeks have got to turn around their fortunes and qualify this year, surely.
You would think so. I mean, she's a class act singing wise. I mean, yes, she was a little bit off in Amsterdam, but we all know the reasons. Just going back to the video, though, I actually did art history. I studied art history, and I didn't get any of the Renaissance stuff, I must admit. So it just went over my head. I'm going to be honest. I think that she's going to have to put out a really good performance on the night, and you know, if she sings like she did in Amsterdam, then she's not going to qualify. If she sings like how we know she can sing, she's going to sail through. And it's as simple as that with her, really. I don't know. I agree with Open as well. I think there's a bit of a play for the same votes between Greece and Cyprus, but I do think they're both going to go through somehow.
Jana, Katerine Duska, you were in Amsterdam. What did you make of her Amsterdam performance?
Well, she started out good, but then when the song was coming to an end, she got a little worse. Not worse, but it wasn't that good live. But she started out good. I think she has to train a little on her vocal skills before she goes to Tel Aviv. But I had a picture with her, and she's a really nice person. So, and I think she's gonna go through to the final. I think Greece will go through if she sings like we know she can. If she sings like Amsterdam, I'm having the same comments that Joan is giving. If she sings like in Amsterdam, I think she will have trouble qualifying. But normally, if everything goes well, she will go to the final.
Okay, let's get our final comments from Martin then. Katerine Duska, Greece, it's on 16th. An improvement on last year.
Yeah, I've this is my number 3 overall, and it's probably the most radio friendly, vocally unique, and most un-Greek-like thing that I can think of that Greece have ever sent to Eurovision. And if she sings as I've seen her online with a lot of other stuff, and not as she did in Amsterdam, then she'll sail through, and I think she'll be a contender for the win. It also depends how it's staged. It's not going to be staged like the video, because that was batshit bonkers, and it was too many people, too intricate. I don't know how she's going to stage it, and that's probably why they've just gone mad with the official video. So I think it'll be up there, and it's definitely going to be better than last year, and it's probably going to be one of their best results since Calamera, I would say.
A very good song, that one as well.
Yeah. 2008.
Yeah, but what a song. Secret Combination.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway.
She was rumoured to be coming back this year, Calamera.
Was she?
Yeah, it'd be a good pick for Greece, actually.
It would be nice to see her back on the stage at some point.
Can I say one thing about Katrina? I don't know if it's just me, but any one of you feel the same way. But when you listen to her interviews, she sounds like a sweet girl. But when she sings, her singing voice doesn't seem authentic. It looks like there's an effort to sound the way she sounds while singing it. Does anybody feel the same way, or it just looks like the authentic voice when she's singing?
It can work that way. I mean, we've got in the UK, got Lisa Stansfield, who's got this beautiful voice, and then she talks as from the sort of like Manchester, sort of totally different voice, and even Holly Tandy, who was in the UK national final. She's from Barnsley, and her talking voice is totally different to her singing voice. So it could be that. That's all I'm saying. It could be just like a singing, talking voice sort of thing.
Yeah. Remember Christina? Yeah, Christina Aguilera has like a really sweet angelic voice,
Yeah.
and then she sings like a soulful woman. It's really because you get trained and conditioned since you're a child to have that tone. So that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. So let's just glide across the panel. Simple thumbs up, thumbs down. Is Greece going to make it through to the grand final on May the 18th? I'm going to look at what people are doing. Oh, we've got a small uncertainty from Joe. Joe's thinking it could sweep just under, I think. She's eyeing up 11th place for Greece.
And of course, Katerine's on before Serhat, so it'll be fine.
Say na na na. Anyway, we digress.
Can I just make a point? Gustav in the chat room said, if you talk about people that sound different to how they sing, have you ever heard Carola talk?
Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, I think we are almost all in agreement that Greece will be making it through to the grand final on May the 18th. But let's get some more votes from the panel. I'm not going to do, as Mitchell calls it, a Petramidi, or whatever its name was, Petramide, and announce votes in my worst French. And instead, I'm just going to let our own version of John Olasand, Stuart Wilder, scrutinise the votes. As we say, good evening, Yeda. Can we have your votes, please?
Good evening, dobry večer, Laila to Europa. Here are the votes coming from Ghent, my city. So we will start with 1 point. 1 point goes to Iceland, l'Islande, 1 point.
Before you carry on, sorry, Tom, I think I must insist that you do the points in French. It so far has been the gift that keeps on giving, and I would hate for our viewers to miss out on such a treat to the eyes and the ears.
Oh, fair enough. If I'd have known, I would have provided myself with several costume changes. Now, Iceland, 1 point.
Okay. 2 points go to Belarus. Belarusie, 2 points.
Belarusie, 2 points.
3 points go to Australia.
Australie, 3 points.
4 points go to Estonia.
L'Estonie, 4 points.
Then 5 points go to Slovenia.
Slovenie, 5 points.
6 points go to Hungary.
Hongrie, 6 points.
La Hongrie, 6 points. 7 points go to Greece.
La Grèce, 7 points.
Then the top 3. 8 points go to Belgium.
La Belgique, 8 points.
Then our 10 points go to Cyprus.
Chypre, 10 points.
I'm losing control of the votes here. Sorry.
And finally, the top marks, the 12 points go to Serbia.
La Serbie, 12 points.
And that completes the votes from Ghent.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
guys.
Anna. Do you know what, Stuart? It's nice to know that I'm appreciated sometimes, You're going to be laughing
Always,
about this for years to come, I'm sure. Now, we've had one lot. I apologise, viewers. We do have our own internal chat room, and John Olasand has just been told to get a grip by one of our panelists. But we move on to our second set of votes this time round, and let's go straight to Eileen. Eileen, may we have your votes, please?
Yes, you can have him. Okay, so 1 point goes to Slovenia.
Slovenie, 1 point.
2 points goes to San Marino.
San Marino, 2 points.
My 3 points go to Estonia.
L'Estonie, 3 points.
My 4 points go to Greece.
La Grecque, 4 points.
My 5 points go to tiny little Belgium.
La Belgique, 5 points.
My 6 points goes to the Czech Republic.
Republic de Czechia, 6 points.
Something like that, yes.
She
My-
was my neighbour.
My 7 points go to Cyprus.
Chypre, 7 points.
My 8 points go to Finland.
Finland, 8
10
points.
10 to Australia.
Australie, 10 points.
And finally, the 12 points go to Iceland.
Iceland, 12 points.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your votes, Helene.
You're
And
welcome.
we'll be getting some more votes for more panelists later on in the show. Now, the 12 points there went straight to Iceland, and funnily enough, that's where we're off to now. They have an interesting record in Eurovision. They have sent some interesting acts over time. We've seen them come second in 1999, in 2009, with Selma, All Out of Luck, and
And
also
in
with
2020.
Johanna, Is It True? This year, they're sending something slightly different. Hatari. The song translates as Hate Will Prevail. I'll let you make your own minds up, viewers. But they have a unique dress code, something that one of our Eurovision friends, and I'm going to shout out to Rodney now, seems to take great delight in watching, shall we say. But let's dive straight in. Mitchell, Iceland, Hate Will Prevail, or will it?
Yeah, what an interesting year of diversity. We have Love is Forever, and then Hate Will Prevail. So, yeah, no, this is a really, this is just interesting to say. I could analyze that the vocals in the chorus are a little weaker than I expected from the recording, but do you analyze vocals in this song? I'm not sure. I think the instrumental music is really good as well. It's really kind of uplifting in a way, but from what I saw in Amsterdam when the music began, everyone cheered. I was like, okay, I think this entry will work, and I think they're a great act. I even saw my own Australian entry, Kate Miller-Heidke, having a photo with them saying, just discussing about smashing capitalism. So the whole thing is lots of fun. Their interviews are hilarious, and I like this song more and more as the contest goes on. So. Yeah,
Very proud.
They could perform really well as well. So it's gonna. I'm thinking Hungary last year, that kind of Constant Flames and stuff like that. I think it would be great.
Now, Elaine, you were in Amsterdam last week. What did you make of their performance there?
I loved it, but I think I forgot his name. Clemens, I think it's the singer. His name. I was kind of disappointed about the way he sounded. I was like, still that more room for improvement. But I liked the end of the performance, like when he was like crawling, and loved it. Loved it.
As demonstrated by the 12 points you've just given it. Martin, do you reckon this could put some traditional voters off of voting for Iceland?
Possibly. It depends what you classify as traditional voter on Eurovision. Normally it's people, groups of people watch with parties and, watching television. I suspect that the ones who really would be put off probably won't be watching Eurovision because they'll probably be in bed with their cocoa. But as for how well this is going to do, I think it's probably going to do quite well, but it could be a Lordi, it could be a PKN. I think it's that extreme that it could be either a top 5 or a non-qualifier. But I think the more I've seen it, and the fact that they've got their PR machine going, and I think that's probably going to increase as we get nearer to Tel Aviv. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an easy qualifier, and then we're all debating, will this win? And it's I think that's how it's going to build up as we get closer over the next few weeks.
So, Joe, would you like to go to Reykjavik in 2020?
I would love to. I don't know whether they're going to win, but my God, would I love to go to Iceland. Yeah, I think they're definite qualifiers, if I'm really honest, only because they've got such a massive fan following amongst the Eurovision fans. And let's face it, I think mostly that, it's not necessarily always the general public that watch the semis. So, yeah, I do. And I have to say, I thought they were great in Amsterdam as well. They, their vocals could have done with a little bit of improvement, but hey, that performance, outstanding.
Stuart, what's the chat room saying to us this evening?
So lots of love for Iceland. JR's just written, love the chorus, hate the growling, a sure qualifier. I don't think there's anybody doubting that Iceland will qualify. And so far, everyone has given Iceland points.
Excellent. And is this something you will also be giving points to, Stuart?
Yeah, so it's interesting, Mitchell's take on it. I kind of share that. It's a grower. And when I first heard this, I think, if I was reacting, my face would be like, it's one of those, isn't it? It's kind of, it's strange to, when you first hear it, you think, well, what's all this about? I kind of liken it to Paul Oscar from Iceland 1997. Same type of reaction. It's a bit different. It's not the sort of run-of-the-mill Eurovision act that we've come to expect. However, the melody actually is rather good. And Mitchell's also correct. It is quite positive and uplifting. Will this grab the attention of the non-Eurovision fan? Yeah, I think it will. I think it's got that Lordi appeal, and I think this will do rather well. Look, it's not one of the favourites for no reason. So there are a lot of people out there that think this could win Eurovision. And hey, I wouldn't mind spending May next year in the Blue Lagoon in Reykjavik, Tom.
Well, see, you've already got your holiday brochures out already, Stuart.
I have. It's one of those places I've always wanted to go to, and this is my excuse for going.
Louise, what do we think in terms of Iceland's chances? Is this something that's going to have a lot of hype to it? The fans are going to take it to the grand final. Is it going to then fly, or do you reckon it's then just going to go? Do you reckon the juries are actually going to get it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Actually, I'm not sure about the juries. It's a bit Marmite, it's kind of love or hate. I think televote will be very, very strong, but I mean, it is like it is so weird. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, I'd be the Coco in bed type of person, like love us forever. Like, I'm just not. That's not my thing. But I found myself at the Eurovision party, like, Hatrið Mun Sigra, like shouting it with people. So I don't know, there is some strange appeal about it. I just can't put my finger on it. So I think it's going to sail through to the final.
And Yana, what's your take?
Well, as you may know, Iceland started at the very bottom of my list overall. It was my number 41. And I just gave it 1 point, So, no, I when I first heard it and saw it, I was like, what is going on here? But then in Amsterdam, I was like, I'm actually kind of liking this. It's like really weird. And it's also thanks to Eileen, because she wouldn't shut up about us, Iceland. She was like, oh, Hatari. I was like, okay. But then I met them, I took a picture with them, and I'm like, oh yes, this Matthias can be my fiance. Yes, they have something special, and they're really nice guys. Yeah, it's something really special, and I think it will go to the final. I don't know what position they're gonna end up, but I don't know if they're gonna win. That is not how I meant it, Stuart.
My head just went somewhere very, very dark for a minute there, Jona.
That is not how I meant it.
Hey, at
Maybe a
least
little,
I was
maybe a
just
little.
thinking, actually, if you want him as your husband, all you need to do is just grab his straps and take him away with you.
Yeah, it was very funny. He's actually the right size. He's bigger than me, so.
Again, my head went somewhere very dark.
Yeah. So let's try and wrap this conversation up, and let's go across to Oban, because I don't think we've spoken to Oban yet. Do you see this as a big rival to Tamta's replay?
Tom, I have to say, my heart is still broken. I still can't get over the fact that they took Hera Björk's place in this Eurovision 2019. But do I hate them? No.
Because otherwise hate would prevail, right?
Do I want their hate to prevail? Yes. So I am a supporter. I am a voter for Iceland, and it's good to have them in the final in terms of diversity of songs. So yes, I think and I want them to qualify.
Okay. So, panel, are we thumbs up or thumbs down when it comes to Iceland's qualification chances? Cast your votes now. I can see lots of thumbs up coming in from the panel. I'll be honest, I think it's going to qualify. But, and it makes me sound really old here, I just hear noise. All I'm hearing when I listen to Iceland, I just hear noise. You know, but each to their own, and that's exactly what Eurovision is about. Okay, this could, in the right position, get lots of votes. I'm going to go back to Stuart's comment about Paul Oscar, what Iceland sent in 1997. As Terry Wogan said, it was going to get lots of votes from people who'd just come back from the pub because of the whole thigh stroking and the leather and everything. And funnily enough, it did. The UK gave it 6 or 7 points that night. So, yeah, always be prepared. And I think, yeah, it'll qualify. It'll do well. Ho-hum. Let's move on to some more votes. The panel are waiting in eager anticipation. John Oller is poised at his keyboard, ready and waiting. As we say, Louise, can we have your votes, please?
Yes, you may. Here are my votes from Dublin, Bolcha, 1 point to Estonia.
L'Estonie, 1 point.
I'm really excited. I've never given points like this before, so this is the first. I'm like, woo! 2 points to Portugal.
Portuguese, 2 points.
3 points to Slovenia.
Slovenie, 3 points.
4 points to Finland.
Finland, 4 points.
5 points to Iceland.
Iceland, 5 points.
6 points to Hungary.
Hungary, 6 points.
7 points, say na na na, San Marino.
San Marino, 7 points.
8 points to Greece.
La Grecque, 8 points.
10 points to Cyprus.
Chypre, 10 points.
And 12 points because I was the neighbor, Czech Republic.
Republic to Czech, 12 points. Thank you very much for your votes. Okay, the next set of votes coming in, we are going to go and say, Australia, Mitchell, can we have your votes, please?
You. Good morning, everyone from Sydney, Australia. Australia is up early this morning to cast their vote. So here are the votes. Okay, so my 1 point goes to Poland.
La Pologne, 1 point.
My 2 points goes to Serbia.
Le Serbie, 2 points.
My 3 points goes to San Marino.
San Marino, 3 points.
My 4 points go to Estonia.
L'Estonie, 4 points.
My 5 points go to, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Iceland.
Iceland, 5 points.
My 6 points goes to Cyprus.
La Chypre, 6 points.
My 7 points go to Czech Republic.
Republic the Czech, 7 points.
My 8 points goes to Greece.
La Grèce, 8 points.
My 10 points go to Belarus.
La Belarusie,
I
10
like
points.
it.
My 12 points go to, look, it's too biased, but I'm giving it to Australia. It's why you don't vote for your own country.
L'Australie, 12 points.
That concludes the vote. Thank you.
What time of the morning is it this time, Mitchell? Is it 6?
Well, it started at 6. It's now 6:53.
Oh, bless you.
Okay, and we'll be getting some more votes at the end. Now, I don't know if John Oller is capable of multitasking. John Oller, what's our current leaderboard situation?
Oh, crap. No, you can't ask me that now, Tom. Go away. Come back later.
They're still calculating.
I thought you were going to ask me for my votes. You can't ask me things like that live on air. Anyway, it's a secret.
I'm not going to lie. I knew you wouldn't have a leaderboard.
I've been drinking cocktails for an hour or two. I can barely see what I'm actually typing. God only knows who's going to win.
Oh dear.
And actually, at the moment, it looks like San Marino are winning by quite some distance.
What?
Followed by Georgia.
Oh no.
We move on. Right. The final country we are looking at this evening is Finland. They are being represented this year by Darude and Sebastian with the song Look Away. They last won in 2006 with Lordi's Hard Rock Alleluia. Everyone remembers the masks. Even if you're not a fan of Eurovision, you remember the masks. Okay, they are on 3rd in semi-final 1. Interesting song. Darude obviously being very famous, particularly in the UK, for Sandstorm about 20 years ago. Let's go straight in and get Martin's view. Finland, what are we thinking?
Yeah, it's not particularly good thoughts from me. I'd like to see Sandstorm again, actually. But there you go. The Look Away was the best track of the 3, to be fair. Although I preferred Superman. But yeah, nothing's good about it because I don't think it utilises Sebastian Rejman's voice very well. And of course, Darude's just basically going to be there on the stage doing, what's he going to be doing? Because he can't play his instrument. He can't really do what he's best known for, which is mixing. You know, he's just going to be there pretending to play his, his decks. And if he's like the London Eurovision party, he's going to be sort of drawing something on an iPad or whatever he was using. So yeah, I think this is a definite non-qualifier.
Okay, so let's bring a lean into this. Do you reckon this is another example of Finland doing stunt casting? Because we had Sara Aalto last year, who had made a name for herself in the UK and other places as well. We've got Darude this year. Do you think this is a deliberate strategy that Finland are employing at the moment?
I don't know. Like at this point, I'm loving Finland. That's the song, but I not so like the staging. So I really hope it's gonna do some changes. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect from Finland staging. So
what staging would you like to see?
I don't know. I was thinking about that today, and I was like, I wanted to change, but I don't know how it would change. I don't like the lady on top of the box, so I would already remove that. I kind of like the boxy thing, but I don't like it. Also, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Joe, I'm gonna bring it in Joe into this. What do you think Finland have got to do in order to, one, qualify out of the final, but two, also prevent a situation like Sara Alto did last year, where she went into the final and it just all went wrong?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm when you said Sara Alto, I'm actually thinking more of Poland last year, because obviously it's a very similar setup with two guys, one singing and one not. I don't know. I mean, I think that they need to have some sort of staging. I don't think it needs to be showy like Sara's was. If I'm really honest, I think a little bit of, I don't know. I mean, a little bit of backstage, and just those guys sort of like performing out the skin and actually singing it really well. Because I love the song, I really do. I think the song's fantastic. I think, as Martin says, Darude may just be like drawing on an iPad and showing it, and that's not such a bad thing. Providing he can sort of be a bit more functional potentially. It's going to be a difficult one for them, but I think some people will recognise him and think, oh yeah, okay, let's vote for him. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit borderline for me, but I do love the song and I do like them, and I do like the message that Sebastian actually had when he wrote the song as well. He did explain it on our interview that he was basically, said if he was traveling and he wasn't very well, and it sort of all came to light really for him. So hopefully, maybe a little bit of that. Maybe just the song. Yeah.
Yeah. Mitchell, do you see yourself picking up the phone and voting for this one?
No. I was really happy to see Darude coming in because I know he has a good repertoire. I did not like Poland last year with Lucas Mehar. Do. It's just air guitaring when you're a DJ on stage. And so I was like, okay, this won't be a Poland because I think they'll deliver some great, produced music. I also, like Martin, my favorite was Superman. And then this one, and the problem I have is that there are those typical Eurovision songs that try to make like a political point without making a political point. This song is super vague, but they're trying to change the world in a vague way. They don't say how you can help climate change. They just kind of tell you, we just look away. And then also in the video, everyone's looking away, and it just kind of disengages you as an audience viewer. So for that, I didn't like this song very much at all. And I don't think it was hooky enough in the melody. And it just actually becomes a bit annoyingly repetitive. So not a fan of Finland at all this year, unfortunately.
Oh, well, let's just go across to Yerna. Finland, in your top 10?
No, unfortunately not. I'm kind of agreeing with Stuart that Finland is selecting these famous artists, and it's like they really want to do well in the competition. But like last year, I wasn't a big fan of Sara Alto. The staging was like way too much. And this year, Finland with Darude, I expected more from him, I expected like really more beat into the song. I was kind of disappointed in the songs, and Look Away is not my favorite of the three. My favorite was also Superman, because I had to pick one. But I thought Finland was going to do better this year, and I don't actually like it. I think they're going to be a non-qualifier. I think maybe 13th place or something. I don't see it happening for Finland this year. I'm sorry.
And you know what? I'm gonna throw this open to the panel here, because loads of people seem to be kind of like Finland. I'm sure there is at least someone on the panel even that actually quite likes the Finnish entry. Martin, what's your take on Finland?
No, it's just not a. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't particularly think it's going to do very well, and I'm pretty certain it's not going to qualify.
Okay.
Well, Tom, I could probably tell you now that both who gave it points. Aline's given it points, Lou's given it points, Oben's given it points, and Joe's given it points so far.
Ah, I'm going to go to Oben then. Oben.
Tom, I was going to jump in anyway. Kidding. I totally disagree with Mitchell. I don't think the message is vague. It says it spanks the truth to people's ways. We are looking away. The solution, don't look away. Do something about it. Whatever you can do about it. Especially for me, I am personally touched because I am really obsessed this last couple of months. This Swedish little girl, Greta Thunberg, who's doing massive things, is just achieving so much things in this young age of hers. And this song is all about it. It's just do something. Stop looking away. Whatever is in your power, do something. And it gets to me. And I totally believe into the message. Yes, I get the criticism about what Darude will be doing on stage. But it's just, I vision something very technological, some visuals, something starchy. Fire, the forests are burning, the ice are melting, and then some heartbreaking visuals all over the stage, and making people realize that we are all suffering, and we need to get behind these people who wants to raise awareness. It's not just always about taking physical actions, but also raising awareness. And I think these two from Finland are trying to do something, or trying to push across on some message, and they're my top 5.
And I suppose in a way the message is very similar to the song, message in the song, was it Da Da Dum, that Finland sent a few years ago. I'm trying to think. And I'm trying to think who off the top of my head actually sung the song.
Paradise Oscar, surprise.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, and also a very good evening to Elliot.
Hello. Yes, real name Axel Östlund, but his stage name is Paradise Oscar at the time.
Aha.
He was walking to Parliament like young Peter did, as the song goes.
That's it.
How do you know these things? How do you remember these things, Elliot? You must have a super brain.
I have a very good memory, and I do love that song and still listen to it now. I do sing along.
I remember it as well.
Yeah.
And it had the background was the lyrics, you know.
Yeah, I tell you what. Let's do a thingy. You know what I'm saying. A sing along. There we go. Da da dum da da dum da 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 dum da dum. People can unmute their mics and join in. You know, a little bit of karaoke. It's not just Stuart that can sing along with John Ludwig. We can create our own entertainment.
Can I just say at this point there was a reason someone threw an apple at him.
Oh, anyway, we move on. Louise.
Yes. Well, can I just say, I think it needs to be said that Sarah Alto was robbed. Just since she's come up, she was robbed. And that was, Monsters was my most streamed song last year. I discovered in January. So yeah, we need to start with that. Secondly, I love the way they're doing the selection now. I think it's a really good idea to pick an established artist and an artist that people like and people follow, and then pick one of the best of the 3 songs. I'm not mad keen on the song itself, but the staging is just so, like, from what we've seen from the national final, it's so outrageous and just so interesting. And in our Eurovision Hub reaction, there was a huge reaction because we were all just like, what's going on? Like, why is there a woman? Where is she gone? Like, why is the thing turning? Like, so it is really eye-catching. So I do think it could qualify. I think it could sneak through, and especially the international name could give it a little bit of the boost that it probably needs.
And I do think, yeah, I think the name Darude will mean a lot to people, especially because of Sandstorm. And I mean, an international artist like that must have a fan base out there that are going to pick up the phone and vote.
My friend Nush, who was at the London Eurovision party with me, is obsessed with Darude. Like, she was shaking when he came in the room. She's really into her house music and all that kind of thing. So there are fans out there.
Yeah, and I think this could be an underrated entry. I mean, what's the chat room actually saying, Stuart?
Yeah, so not a lot of chat on Darude. I don't know whether that's a positive or a negative, really.
It's
Yeah,
just,
not a lot being said at the moment, Tom.
I think the words are quietly confident, Stuart. They are all quietly confident of Darude's success. Now, let's do the final thing with Finland's entry. So, people, thumbs up, thumbs down. Are the Finnish going to make it through to the grand final? Cast your votes now. Oh, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 thumbs up and 1, 2, 3, 4 thumbs down. I call that a draw. Do you know what? I think the panel just can't decide. I think, yeah, this could go either way. I quite like the song. It's in my top 10, just about. I can see exactly why it will go through. I can see exactly why it won't. I do think that it occurs, a couple of songs after Cyprus, and that could dent its chances. He said, referencing Oban from earlier on. Okay. At the same time, it does follow Montenegro. So there we go. Now, as you may know, we have been taking votes all evening for our semi-final predictions. And since Elliot joins us this evening, Elliot, can we have your votes, please?
Of course you may. Right. Is Stuart ready to do the maths?
Oh, he's always ready. Don't worry.
Good. Right. 1 point I'm giving to Slovenia.
Slovenie, 1 point.
2 points to Serbia.
Serbie, 2 points.
You're doing a great casting job if UK win Eurovision, Tom. 3 points to Iceland.
Iceland, 3 points.
4 points to Cyprus.
Chypre, 4 points.
Oh, but I saw that face. Poland, 5 points.
La Pologne, 5 points.
6 points to the Czech Republic.
Republic de Czech, 6 points.
7 points to Australia.
Australie, 7 points.
Belgium, 8 points.
La Belgique, 6 points. 8
Yeah.
points.
10 points to Belarus.
Belarusie, 10 points.
And my top marks go to Katerine Duska, Greece, 12 points.
La Grec, 12 points. Thank you very much for your votes, Elliot.
You are very welcome.
So, I do believe this means we have some more votes left to cast, and I do believe it's time to say, Martin, can we have your votes, please?
Yes, hopefully I won't cough again, but there you go. We're going to give it a go. 1 point to the Czech Republic.
Republic de Czech, 1 point.
2 points to Serbia.
La Serbie, 2 points.
3 points to Portugal.
Portugal, 3 points.
Very good. 4 points to Poland.
La Pologne, 4 points.
5 points to Hungary.
Hongrie, 5 points.
6 points to Estonia.
L'Estonie, 6 points.
7 points to Cyprus.
Chypre, 7 points.
8 points to Iceland.
Iceland, 8 points.
10 points to Greece.
La Grec, 10 points.
And my top marks of 12 go to Australia.
L'Australie, 12 points. And Mitchell goes nuts. Now, I'm just casting my eye across the panel because I haven't actually kept a tick list. Have I had all the panel's votes apart from the famous Jon Ola Sand over there? Sorry, Stuart.
It's just you and me, Tom. Just you and me.
Well, in which case, Stuart,
as it always was meant to be.
I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, so 1 point goes to my friend in Hungary, Yoki Papai, or as we know him, Oban from Turkey.
Hungary, 1 point.
How did you make it back from Amsterdam in the state you were in? 2 points to the charismatic Conan from Portugal.
Portuguese, 2 points.
3 points to Darude, featuring Sebastian Rejman in Finland.
Finland, 3 points.
4 points to Elliot of Belgium.
La Belgique,
Yeah.
4 points.
5 points to Kruna and Serbia.
La Serbie, 5 points.
6 points to Mr. Krone of Estonia or Sweden, whichever.
L'Estonie, 6 points.
Yeah. 7 points to Hatari of Iceland.
Islande, 7 points.
8 points to Fuego of Cyprus.
Chypre, 8 points.
10 points to the quite brilliant Lake Malawi of Czech Republic.
Republic de Czech, 10 points.
And my 12 points goes to the absolutely outstanding voice of Kate Miller-Heidke of Australia.
L'Australie, 12 points. Now, you know what this means, Stuart. This means that if I'm doing my votes, then you get to say them in French back to everyone.
Oh,
No way. No one
Oh,
wants
yeah.
that.
Come on. I've done
Not a chance.
I've done all the other votes in French.
I've not been even paying attention at this, but okay. All right,
Well,
give it a try.
Call yourself a Eurovision fan. Come on.
All
Right. Okay. I'd like to thank you for a wonderful show this evening. It's been fantastic, and I think all the contestants have done incredibly well. Now, I'd like to begin with Finland. 1 point.
Finland, 1 point.
Finland un point.
What was it?
La Finlande.
Finland un point.
Finland, 1 point. Yeah, I thought I got it right.
San Marino, 2 points.
San Marino, 2 points.
Le Saint-Marin, 2 points.
Le
Portugal.
Saint-Marin, 2 points.
Portugal, 3 points.
Portugal, 3 points.
Le Portugal, 3 points.
There you go. Eunice doing it for me. It's like I'm not even moving my lips.
Greece, 4 points.
Le Grèce, 4 points. Yes!
Yeah.
Are you ready for this one? This is a real crowd
Go
pleaser.
for it.
Montenegro, 5 points.
What the fuck?
Le Monténégro, 5 points.
What are you on, Tom? The Montenegro, 5 points.
Oh, dear.
Belgium, 6 points.
Le Belgique,
La Belgique. 6 points.
Moving on with Cyprus, 7 points.
Chypre, 7 points.
7
Australia, 8 points.
I have no idea. It's what is it?
Australie,
L'Australie, 8 points.
L'Australie, 8 points.
Czech Republic, 10 points.
La République tchèque, 10 points.
Can I just point out at this point, and I'm sure you probably have already grasped this, I never did French O level.
Oh, really?
And finally, from here, 12 points goes to Estonia.
L'Estonie, 12 points.
A storm like this. Do, 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 do.
Man like this.
All down. We'll be safe and sound. So concludes the votes from Tom's jury of rip-roaring success and proof that yes, someone will also want to vote for Montenegro on the night.
It's a good job the UK can't vote in the semi-final, otherwise our televote score would be a mess. It'd probably break Europe somehow.
It would. Would you like to know Would you like to know who collectively we've chosen to qualify? Because with the power of an Excel spreadsheet that I prepared earlier, I have managed to calculate the numbers and sort them all in good time, Tom.
Okay, Stuart, I'm expecting envelopes as well, by the way. That's what they have on the stage, isn't it?
No envelopes, Tom.
Are you gonna do
We
it?
haven't had envelopes in years.
Shall we start from last place? And I'm sure you could guess who that is because no one's given it a single point. It's poor old Otto for Georgia.
Oh,
Aw.
I feel bad
that's not
now.
a good song.
Yeah,
I don't.
second last with 5 points, and Tom gave them the only 5 points, was Montenegro and the S Club Juniors.
Yeah.
Heaven, I'm heaven falling.
Yeah, or hell, whichever. Third last is the delightful couple from Slovenia, Sebi.
No.
Then you see me
So wrong.
season.
Then we have fourth last, we have Julia from Poland.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I'm rather than give the rest, because I'm going to give the game away, I'm going to go to the top 10. So in 10th position, we have with where are we? 10th position with 26 points, we have San Marino.
Yay! Say na na na.
And this is why the UK can't vote in this semi-final.
We're in 9th position with 30 points. We have Darude and Finland.
Yay!
Look away.
8th position with 31 points. We have Serbia.
Yeah.
Then we're into what's that? The top 7. Yeah, 7th position we have with 38 points. We have Belgium.
Yes.
Yay.
6th position with 48 points. We have Estonia.
Storm back.
And then we're into the top 5. So in 5th position we have with 49 points we have Iceland.
Yay!
4th position with 60 points we have Greece,
Oh,
which means the
they're
top
higher.
which means in the top 3 with 63 points. In 3rd position we have Czech Republic,
Yay!
Who was my neighbour?
Another friend.
You are my neighbour.
and
My
so
friend.
either Australia or Cyprus have won this. So with 76 points and winning semi-final 1, it is the beautiful Tamta of
Yay.
Cyprus.
Yes.
I think Owen's happy.
So there you have it.
And how many points did Kate Malahide get in second place?
67. So she was clear second from
Too
3rd.
high.
Yay.
Way too high.
So there you have it.
There you have it, guys. And the results will go onto our YouTube channel and Instagram groups. I'm sure Stuart will sort that out. I'm just going to delegate to Stuart. It'll be fine. He's doing a sterling job with an Excel spreadsheet. So concludes.
Sorry when it's copy and paste, Tom.
This is also true. So concludes today's show. We are back next week, but Stuart, there is a change to the schedule next week. Over to you.
Yeah, basically because we can't be here, Tom, neither of us. So we decided to move it to Friday evening next week. So we're going to try Friday night, see if anyone's actually around.
Hey.
So yeah, next Friday at 9 o'clock UK time, 10 o'clock Central European time, and whatever time that is in Sydney. 6 a.m. I suspect.
But at least it'll be a Saturday morning, Mitchell. I see this potential.
Just what you want at the weekend. Nice early morning.
Yeah.
Now, meanwhile, whilst we have an extended gap between our shows, don't forget, you can click that like and subscribe button on YouTube. We've got loads more interviews coming out for you as well. Don't forget, keep up to date with our Instagram, keep up to date with our Facebook, keep up to date with Twitter as well. We've been sending not just interviews out there, but we also put a little sneak preview of Duncan's performance from the Netherlands of Arcade from the LEP. A very emotional performance. Went on to Instagram if you follow us on there. So it could be worth just taking a glance at our Instagram page sometime soon. What I'd like to do now is thank my panel for being absolutely fantastic this evening. Thanks to Elliot.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks to Joe.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks to Yerna.
Thank you. It was nice being back.
Thanks to Martin.
Thank you. Good to be back again.
Thanks to Mitchell.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks to Oben.
Thank you, Europe!
And two massive, special big thank yous to our new panelists this evening. Many thanks to Eileen.
Thank you. It's lovely.
And thanks to Louise as well.
Thank you for having me.
And also a big thank you to our own, very own Jon Olasand. It's my co-host Stuart.
Thanks, Tom. Do not miss next Friday, guys. It's going to be a great show. It will be fire.
Oh, it's been ages since you used that. Oh, I do believe, and this is just a rumor. I've heard Stuart's getting the Dolly style wig out again. Okay, you heard it here first. In the meantime, don't forget, you can listen to us Spotify, iTunes, Snitcher. Also, catch up with us on YouTube as well. It's all there for you, and we will see you next week. Until then, it's bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.